Hey everybody, how you all doing? Sir Stevie here, bringing you a new Warzone video. In the video today, I'm bringing you a tip tutorial guide, and this is basically 5 tips to help you win more end games in Warzone. I feel like end games are the things that people obviously have the least experience in, so I feel like these tips can help you make the most of those opportunities when you're in end game. If any of these tips do help you, please feel free to hit the subscribe, like button and turn those notifications on as well. It's absolutely free, doesn't cost a thing, but it really helps out a lot. That way you won't miss out on any of my other tutorials, any of my gameplay that I bring out, and also the live streams that I'm doing as well. Without further ado though everyone, let's get straight into the tips. Coming into tip number 1, this is high ground. High ground is one of the most essential things in Warzone and in Battle Royales in general. The reason high ground is so important is because if you're the person on that high ground, you can dictate the fight. You're the one that chooses when to peek, when to not. If the dude on the low ground manages to hit you for quite a bit of damage, you can simply back away and heal. The dude on the low ground can't do the same thing because then you can just kill them if, say, for example, they start to run away and heal. Another thing to bear in mind with the high ground as well is if you have the high ground, you can, when you're shooting down on the enemy, you are more likely to get headshots on the dude because obviously the head is the closest thing to you. If you're shooting right down on him, obviously the head is the first thing that you're going to be hitting, so you're getting that extra damage as well. So moving into tip number 2, this is the placement towards the end game, and I like to stay a bit more towards the edge of the zone. I don't literally mean 2-3 centimeters away from the storm. Runs a bit of a risk if you get in a fight, you may end up taking storm damage, which is obviously even worse in Warzone of all Battle Royale games because of how much damage this storm actually does. What I mean by that is, a lot of people think I need to get to the center of the zone, that means I don't have to move for a while. You run quite a big risk when doing that in the sense that you can easily get sandwiched between a dude in front of you, dude behind you. They only have eyes for you, they're all shooting at you. It runs a big risk of being third-partied, so I generally wouldn't recommend you staying right in the center of the zone. Moving into tip number 3, and this is to do more with the gunfight aspect of the end game. I feel like one thing that a lot of people don't like to do in gunfights, and this is just as important in the end game, and this is basically don't be afraid to back out of a fight and heal. I don't literally mean back out of the fight, run away, never go back and fight the dude. I feel like a lot of people, when they get in a gunfight, they never think to back out and heal. They sort of treat it like multiplayer. If you take a bit of damage, you sort of, for me, I sort of get like a bit of an instinct. I feel, yeah, I've not done as much damage to this guy as he's done to me, so I try and quickly back away. It's not always possible in all scenarios, but if you're near some cover, behind some cover, it might just take a split second. You can get behind a bit of a wall, a tree, a rock, and heal. You can then heal, and then you can start the fight again, and you can improve on what you did last time. It's just a little bit of food for thought. It really helps me out quite a few times, instead of just overcommitting to a fight, and then I end up dying. Moving into tip number 4, and this again links a little bit into the last one, this is cover. Cover is so important. You won't believe how many people in end games, say for example, are just using a bush as cover. A bush is not cover. A bush is not going to stop a sniper rifle bullet from a dude that's on the other end of the zone with a thermal scope looking right at you. What I mean by cover is I mean a solid object, a rock, a tree, a wall, even a vehicle, something like that. The reason being is it's even more important in Warzone of all Battle Royales because of the fact that you have a self-revive. If you get caught in the open and you have a self-revive, you're downed. The enemy's just going to first you. If you're behind cover and you have a self-revive and the enemy gets you, odds are you'll have time to manage to crawl behind that tree that you were using as cover, pop the self-revive, then you're straight back into the fight. I really can't express how important cover is, yet alone to say obviously how that's covering part of your body as well during a fight, so you're less likely to get hit as well. So coming into the 5th and final tip, this is one where I'm speaking from experience, guys, and this is to do with the helicopters during the end game, and maybe just vehicles in general in the end game, mainly the helicopters I guess, but this is basically, if you've played Blackout quite a bit, you'll probably be familiar with this issue, and this is the one dude that decides to just fly around in a helicopter during the end game to avoid fighting people, and then just drop on the last dude or third party the last dude and kill him. I really wouldn't recommend shooting at the helicopters during this end game. The only reason being is the helicopters can take quite a bit of damage before blowing up, and more importantly, you're just giving away your position. People might hear your gunshots, even if you've got a silencer on, you can hear your gunshots still quite clearly, and they might even see the traces of the bullets moving through the sky towards the helicopter. Had an occasion where I was trying to get rid of the chopper and another dude completely just snuck up and killed me, so I wouldn't really recommend doing that. It's only going to give you position away and lead to your death most likely. That's it from me for today though everyone. Again, if these tips have helped you out, feel free to hit that subscribe, like button and turn the notifications on. That's it from me for today though everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.